So this is Dr. T.V. Rao, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. So today I am going to teach thermodynamics, basic concepts. Okay, thermodynamics is a fundamental thermal engineering subject for mechanical engineering. So in second year, so all the core subjects students are going to study. So in that thermal specialization, the first subject the students are going to study thermodynamics. So today we will discuss some basic concepts of thermodynamics. So basic concepts means, so what is meant by thermodynamics? What is its definition? What is the use of the thermodynamics? What are the various applications of thermodynamics? And how the thermodynamics we are going to study and so what are the basic terminology of the thermodynamics? All these things we are going to study in this class. So first of all, we will discuss what is meant by thermodynamics. So thermodynamics means here, so there is in the word itself, there will be thermodynamics. It's a thermo plus dynamics. Thermo means it is a temperature. It is a heat energy. Thermo means it is a temperature or heat energy. Dynamics means it is a moment. Okay, that means here this is a heat energy motion. That is, or we can say that is a transformation of heat energy. How the heat energy will transform. Okay, that we are going to discuss in the thermodynamics. So coming to this definition of the thermodynamics, how thermodynamics is defined. Okay, so thermodynamics is basically is a science which study about the energy. Okay, so thermodynamics is a science which deals with the energy, how the energy is stored or how the energy is transformed. So thermodynamics is a science which deals with how the energy is transformed. Suppose when the energy is transformed, so what happens? One kind of energy is transformed into another kind. Here, heat energy is transformed into work. Okay. Here in thermodynamics, we are going to study how the heat energy is transformed into work energy, and in turn there will be some properties also change. So like this, here we define the thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a science how heat energy is transforms, which involves heat and work may takes place. So this will be the definition of the thermodynamics. So here, so thermodynamics here we are going to discuss in two approaches. Approach of thermodynamics. So thermodynamics, there will be two approaches. One is macroscopic approach, another one is microscopic approach. In both the approaches, we'll study the thermodynamics, but for engineers, for mechanical engineers, we study the thermodynamics in macroscopic approach. So macroscopic approach again we'll call it as a classical thermodynamics. The macroscopic approach of thermodynamics we'll call it as a classical thermodynamics. Okay. So what is macroscopic approach means? Here we study large number of molecules as a matter or as a substance. Okay. So here we study the thermodynamics with large number of particles or molecules or as a substance. Okay, so generally engineers will study the thermodynamics as a macroscopic approach. Here, the weight means weight. We measure the weight in terms of grams or kgs. Okay, but in case of a microscopic approach, we study the thermodynamics at molecular level. If you study the thermodynamics at molecular level, it is called as a microscopic thermodynamics, or we can call it as statistical thermodynamics. Here, so molecules means here suppose so let's example weight means there here we study in terms of atoms. So we study atoms, Avogadro numbers like this. Only atom level we deal in case of a microscopic, or in macroscopic we take it as a substance. We take, suppose weight, we take in terms of grams or kgs like this. Okay. So like this, the thermodynamics we study two approaches: macroscopic approach, microscopic approach. But we study uh, in our study there is a macroscopic approach of thermodynamics. So what are the various applications of thermodynamics? Wherever there is a heat energy, in all the cases, so there is application of thermodynamics. So with the help of thermodynamics only, we can solve the heat energy problems. We can solve how the heat is transformed into some other form of energy. So wherever there is a heat, there is a thermodynamics. Whether it is a mechanical engineering, or it is a electrical engineering, or it is a electronics engineering, or it is a computer science engineering, wherever there is a heat, there is a thermodynamics. So thermodynamics had various applications like engines, in design of engines, design of power plants, radiators, air conditioning system, refrigeration systems, aeroplanes, rockets, even human body. So human body also, there will be a human body also, it is a completely heat will be generated. So when they want to make comfort conditions for the body, so we must use thermodynamics. Like this, thermodynamics had here, we are discussing a few applications. It had very vast number of applications. Even this computer chips also, so IC chips also, so it has to work properly means, so we must apply the thermodynamics principles there for cooling of the systems. Now again we are going to discuss some thermodynamics concepts like thermodynamic system. So thermodynamic system is whatever the thing we are going to study, that is called as a system. Okay. So quantity of matter of a particular region chosen for study, this is called a system. And surroundings means everything outside the system is called treated as a surrounding. So whatever the thing we are going to study, that is called as a system. Everything external to the system is called as a surroundings. Boundary means the line separated the system and surrounding is called as a boundary. The line separated system and surrounding is defined as boundary. Okay. Again, these systems there are again classified as two types: closed systems and open systems. These systems, based in thermodynamics, we classified as closed systems and open systems. And one more thing also is there, that is called isolated systems, that we will discuss. So closed system, here there is a container, top it is a closed, inside there is a matter of mass m, there is a whether it is a gas or something else. Okay, so it is completely, it is a closed vessel. Okay, so since it is a closed vessel means whatever the mass is inside, that is closed, so there is no mass transfer. So from inside nothing will come to outside, from outside nothing will go to the inside. So there is no mass transfer, but there will be a possibility of energy transfer. If you heat means it takes heat. Again, so from the system again the heat will be rejected. So there is a heat transfer, there is a energy transfer. So there is a energy transfer, and if there is no mass transfer, so such a system is called as closed systems. In closed system, there is energy transfer and there is no mass transfer. In closed system, only there is energy transfer and there is no mass transfer. It is called as closed systems. So this is this is another example of a closed system. There is a cylinder. Over the cylinder, there will be a small piston. There is a gas. If you heat the gas, means what happens means the gas will expand. The gas will expand and it moves the piston to top. Okay, only the volume increases, but there is no mass transfer. There is only energy transfer. So it is a closed system with moving boundary. So there is another example, there is a open system. In case of open system, this is a vessel. Okay, so for vessel there is inlet and there is outlet. Through inlet, air enters or mass enters. Through outlet, the air leaves or mass it leaves. At the same time, there is energy transfer. So there is energy transfer and there is a mass transfer. If there is energy transfer and mass transfer, both the things happens, then it is called as open system. The best example is air compressor. Air compressor is the best example for open systems. Okay. So in case of open system, there is a mass transfer as well as energy transfer. So coming to the another, okay, another system called isolated system. So this is a system. Okay. So the system consists of there will be subsystems, and this is the complete one will be some isolated boundary. So if there is any heat transfers, any heat interactions, so within the system only, from the system nothing will come. There is from the outside the boundary there is no heat transfer, no energy transfer, no mass transfer. From this inside the boundary there is nothing happen to the outside. If there is no mass transfer as energy transfer, there is no mass transfer and energy transfer. So such kind of systems are called as isolated system. Isolated means there is no uh, interactions between the system and surroundings. So from outside nothing will come to inside, and from inside nothing will go to the outside. Such kind of systems are called as isolated systems. Okay. So now we'll discuss the different types of systems. Uh, Closed systems, open system, and isolated systems. Now, another important thing is energy. In here, thermodynamics, energy is very, very important parameter. So, what is meant by energy means here, energy of the entire system. It consists of this energy is in different forms. In this system, the energy will be in the different forms. Some energy will be in the form of a thermal energy, some will be in the form of mechanical, kinetic, potential, electrical, chemical, and nuclear. Okay, so that's why how we can simplify this energy means the total energy of the system equal to internal energy plus kinetic energy plus potential energy. So how we can simplify that? The total energy of the system is the sum of internal energy plus kinetic energy and potential energy. Okay. So kinetic energy is due to the velocity of the particles, potential energy due to the position of the system, and internal energy, whatever the energy which is beyond this kinetic and potential, all the energy will be stored in the form of internal energy. So internal energy means so that energy is stored in the form at atomic level. We will see. So internal energy means that is inside the system. Inside the system, it is at molecular level. Whatever the energy is stored, that is called as internal energy. So that internal energy, maybe sometimes it is in the form of a sensible or latent energy, or in the form of a chemical energy, or in the form of a nuclear energy. But it is stored inside the system. It is stored inside the system as in the form of heat, or in the form of a chemical energy, or in the form of a nuclear energy. That is called internal energy. And there are some more basic concepts that is in that properties. What is meant by property? Okay. So what are the various properties of the system? Okay. So any characteristics of a system is in equilibrium is called a property. Any characteristic of a system at equilibrium level is called as a property. Any characteristics. If a system volume is one characteristic. Volume you can take as a property. Pressure is one characteristic. So pressure we can take it as a property. So any characteristic of a system we can take it as a property. So what are the characteristics of the system? Volume is one characteristic, pressure is another characteristic, and temperature also another characteristics. See. Okay. So that is meant by property. Property means any characteristics of the system we can take it as a property. Example: pressure, volume, and temperature. Again, these properties again classified as extensive properties and intensive properties. The properties again classified as extensive properties and intensive properties. So extensive properties means it vary directly with the size of the system. Extensive properties means vary directly with the size of the system. When size increases, the property also increases. Example: volume, mass, and total energy. When size increases, volume increases, mass increases, total energy increases. This is extensive property. So coming to the intensive properties, so intensive properties are independent of the size of the system. So it does not depend upon the size. Okay. So in a small vessel, we will get the 100 degrees temperature. In a big vessel also, we will get the 100 degrees. So that is temperature is not dependent on volume. It is not dependent on mass. So such kind of properties are temperature, pressure, color. These are intensive properties. So intensive properties are independent of mass of the system, independent of size of the system. So there is one more property, that is extensive properties per unit mass. This is called as specific extensive properties. There is some specific quantities like specific volume, specific mass, specific densities comes under specific extensive properties. Okay. So these are some fundamental parameters. Today we discuss some basic concepts like what is meant by thermodynamics, what are the various approaches of thermodynamics, what are the various applications of thermodynamics, some basic terminology like what is meant by system, what is meant by surroundings, what is meant by boundary. So we have discussed, and systems we classified as open systems, closed systems, and isolated systems. So we discuss in detail about what are the types of systems. And we discuss about energy, what is meant by energy. Energy is in the form of internal energy plus kinetic energy plus potential energy. Internal energy means at molecular level the energy is stored, that is called internal energy. Internal energy may be in the form of heat energy. Heat energy means either it is sensible or latent energy, or chemical energy or nuclear energy. So we discuss what is meant by property. So what are the different properties of the system? So properties again classified as extensive properties and intensive properties. Okay. So today we have discussed all these things, and next class we discuss about what is meant by state, what is meant by path, what is meant by process, what is meant by equilibrium of the thermodynamic equilibrium, what is meant by quasi-static process. Those things we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.